outside. Your purpose in life.
Okay, so the conversation still stays on being a woman. Everything that surrounds womanhood, growing up, choosing husband, choosing career, all of those kind of things, dealing with the period, dealing with the emotions, the hormones, and making money, being a woman that brings something to the table. Rosay, welcome. Thank you very much for identifying with Fashion TV and with being a woman. How are you doing? Well?
Right now?
Yes.
I'm fine.
So, if I say, how are you, but not right now?
I'll say I'm stressed. I'll say I'm looking for money. I'll say the years end there.
The years end. It's okay, I'll just leave that part.
Yes, please.
Somehow, you'll be fine.
Oh, of course, definitely. I'm fine, actually. I'm very fine right now.
Yes, you are. You look very beautiful.
Thank you.
This makeup is...
Got my made-up face.
Yeah. Flick.
Yes.
Check.
Yeah.
Eyelashes. Check.
Yes. It's
Eyebrows.
professional makeup. I can't make up, so I hope you ask that question of being a woman, because not every woman that knows how to make up, so I don't know how to make up. Yeah.
We've actually started the conversation.
Oh, we have?
So, yes, we have.
Yes, I had to do this professional makeup because I don't know how to.
Why? It's something everyone should know how to do.
No, I don't. I've never known how to.
You always call on someone to come to the house and get your face done.
Yeah.
Somewhere. And that's expensive.
Yeah, it is, but that's what I do because I can't make up.
Why can't you? It's brow.
It's not. I've tried. I actually have these things. I buy them all, like every month. I like to buy these things, but I never know how to use them properly. That's the problem.
Okay.
So you would just tell that, okay, this one is a learner.
Okay.
If I could do my brows as good as this, I don't think I would go anywhere. Maybe for some weddings or some big events.
But there are men who don't like makeup, so
I don't care. I'm not doing the makeup for men. I'm doing it for myself. So that's it.
What else do you do just for yourself that you don't have?
I dress for myself.
Yeah.
You
dress for yourself. Yeah. What else? Do you try to lose weight for yourself? Or?
No, I do for myself. Yeah, for myself.
Selfish.
Yes, I'm very selfish. I think.
But that's not good.
No, I think people should be. I think women should be selfish, actually.
Why?
Yeah, because our mothers. No, I am actually living for myself. Our mothers weren't selfish, and they had problems with that. They were doing everything for their husbands, their families. They never had time for themselves,
The children first, and so these
mothers never really had a career of their own, or never really, they never really made the little things that we're doing. But I think 21st century men should be selfish and are selfish. Yourself first, because the truth is, you're in this world, you came into this world by yourself. So you have to take care of yourself first, and then every other person follows.
Well, this ideology is interesting, and since novel, I think it's not completely true. Because
why?
Sincerely, how much of yourself would you do to really enjoy your existence?
Well, yeah, you need people around you. The fact that you need people doesn't mean
make adjustments really. To accommodate
if you do so much of that, you end up not living your life, not being who you are.
So where do you draw the line?
Maybe for a spouse. You could draw a line for a spouse. That I can understand, and it shouldn't be so long a line. Maybe for a few friends, but it shouldn't be so much, because when you start doing that, you realize that in your private time, you start asking yourself, who am I really? Like, what do you really do for yourself? Do you enjoy yourself? Imagine getting dressed for a guy, or getting dressed for your partner, and he likes you this way, he likes you this way, he likes you this way. What do you really like for yourself? How do you like to look? So those are the questions I think women generally, not just women, even men can ask themselves. You need to first love yourself. You need to first take care of yourself. You need to first put your needs before others, especially when it comes to you taking care of yourself. Taking care of yourself, knowing what you love to do, doing what you want to do. That's basically what I think.
How long have you held this opinion?
I think probably roughly 6 years.
Well, who were you before then?
Maybe at that point.
What kind of woman were you before then?
I was evolving. I was a young girl evolving, and it was just anything goes. Or your partner prefers you a certain way. You'd want to But then because of education, thank God for education. And thank God for personal education too, because education stops at a certain level, and then you have to decide to educate yourself by reading books, going for seminars, looking up to bigger women and all of that, and then just choosing what works for you.
What are the bigger women you're looking up for? You're looking up to?
Okay, these women, Chimamanda is top on my list.
Feminist. Are you a feminist?
Of course I am. Michelle Obama is there. I like Hillary Clinton. I really like Hillary Clinton. My mother also, to some extent, she's got some really nice values I think I love, and I would love to portray as I go on.
Even considered your mother, like, I mean, isn't that supposed to be number one?
No. It doesn't always have to be number one. That's the problem. We shouldn't always say our mothers did some things we probably watched growing up, like maybe training kids. I would not train my children the way my mother trained me. I can't do that. So
how are you trained?
my parents are very strict, and the typical typical Nigerian mom.
Okay.
You can't really relate to her. You're not free to tell her some very personal things. You can't even talk sex. So you're very quiet. I grew up a very reserved child, very quiet. I'm a loner, and I think I'm still a loner.
Are you?
Yes, I am. It's surprising. No, that's the thing. People don't know. But I love to be by myself. I love my little space. I love my house. I just love to stay by myself. I love that. I could be in a place and then I get bored. I get bored easily. So I love to be by my own company. I love to just read. I love to sit down and talk to myself. I love those.
You talk to yourself?
Yes, I do. I do.
Stop meeting with yourself?
I'm not joking. I do. I'm the CEO, I'm the secretary and everything. I do that. Sometimes I talk to myself when I'm strolling. I'm like, am I mad? I'm like, okay, calm down, Rose. When you get inside, you talk to yourself. But I do that. And I think it's healing. It's therapeutic in a way.
Okay.
So
what does being a woman mean to you?
Nigeria, in Africa, in the world.
Okay.
Let's
start from home.
In you?
Yes, let's start from you.
Man, I really don't know. Man, I'm just there, like,
But you hear small, everyone tends to know everyone.
Yeah, crazy, that's the thing. I think it's a good and a bad thing. I think it's more a bad thing than it is a good thing. Yes, it's true, yes. Because you can't hide. And sometimes you need to hide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's it like being a woman in Oyo?
Let me start from the negatives.
Okay.
Everyone expecting you to already be married. So that's a crazy thing. It's mad, like it's crazy. So the emphasis here in Uyo, Akwa, for women is marriage. After marriage, how's your child now? So nothing about the woman. So everyone sees you. That's the thing. Everyone sees you in the light of marriage, children.
And a bad thing.
It is a bad thing. It is a bad thing because our purpose is not to get married. Marriage is just no. It's not for anybody. It's just by decide. That's the thing. Marriage is just by
decide. Why were we
decide.
created? It wasn't that for procreation.
No. Please, we're not. We're created to dominate, and that's what we should do first.
How can you dominate?
Explore everything that God has given you.
To explore,
what you have inside, your talents, your abilities, what you were called to do, your purpose in life. It's more than marriage. It's to the world. It's to your community. It's to your village. It's to a society. It's not for just your family or the husband.
You're making me straight, but let's go back to being a woman.
And that's part of being a woman in you. I talked about the fact that everyone sees you first as someone, especially a young lady. If you're between the ages of 25 to 30 and you're above 30, everyone's like, why are you not married? That's the first thing. So everyone's asking you, where's the guy? Who's the lucky guy? Do you know how many times I answered that question?
Oh, you're not alone.
Like, it's crazy. And I'm like, what is this? And I found a mechanism. So I'm very like, don't ask me that question. Don't even try. I try to be...
Don't they see that you are?
I'm rude or something?
I'll find a word.
Well, I don't know anyhow they want to see me. Let them see me. But I mean, like, you're not going to pressure me into getting married.
You're not interested in getting married?
No, I would love to get married. I would love to raise 2 kids, that's all. Okay. That context, even though you don't own people. But, someone you could just raise ideas with, build things with, someone who sees... make money with, travel the whole world.
Talk all the kind of things you want to
crazy, enjoy yourself.
I get drunk together with,
Populate, That's it. That's what
Okay,
it
so
is.
let's go back to being in New York, a woman in New York. That's the
So
negatives.
yeah, that's negative. The good thing is, what's the good thing, FNBC? But I haven't thought about it. Okay, yeah, maybe the fact that more women in New York are building empires. I can say that. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. That you turn around. Yes, you turn around and you see more women, branching out, being business moguls. More women doing crazy things everywhere in New York, and I like that. I like that fact. Yeah, that's something I like. Due to my line of work, I kind of like meet some of them, so I feel inspired by what they're doing. I think this is good. We could actually do more, but I think yes, the women are not as docile as they should be, or as they were rather, as they were. Yeah. Women are not as docile as they were, so that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Yeah, I think so.
So a woman in Nigeria,
It's basically the same thing, actually.
in the world,
Well, I wouldn't. In the world, the bar has been set. There's a very high standard right now, because we almost had a woman as the president of the U.S. I mean, like that's a big deal, and we see how women have.
it shows that it's possible.
Yes, they've broken the glass. There's no glass ceiling anymore. That's what I think. There's no glass ceiling anymore. So, like, the bar has been set. A lot of women are more career focused, more purpose driven, more of that, and they're embracing themselves, and that's a good thing. So they've stepped out. So that's something that we will come to. We're getting there.
I hope.
No, we are getting there. It might be a slow process, but then we're getting there. We're having more people come in, more ladies being aware of actually what their purpose should be, and rather than just say, okay, they just want to finish school and get married. Yeah, some of them will get married and then still find their purpose while they're married. That's amazing.
What do you think of what do you think about relationships, really?
Do I have an idea? Okay, relationships, it should be with your best friend.
You should be. Are you with your best friend? Are you in a relationship?
Do I like to talk about my private life?
You
I
really
don't
should.
like
Come
to
on,
talk
it's being
about
a
my
woman. There's
private.
no way we share these experiences without
I'm a
sharing.
very
ours.
private person. I really like my life out there so much. So
I'll tell you about the breakup that happened last month. So this lady was on, she was being interviewed on radio, and she was asked the question if she was in a relationship. She said, no, she wasn't. And
why did she deny if she was in a relationship? That's the problem.
To keep it private.
No, that, like I have just said, I haven't said I'm not in any. I haven't
are
said
you
I am in. Of course I am in.
Okay,
So that's
talk
no.
about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, so how do you handle? Have you ever been cheated upon?
Plenty times.
Plenty times. So your heart has been broken before.
Once actually.
What happened?
Yeah.
Just once?
I mean, like in my adult life, that's the crazy thing. Like I never thought I was going to be cheated on. Oh no, I never thought I was going to have my heart broken.
What
Because
happened?
the first time that happened, I was, just, I think I was just 19 or so. I just went to school. But then I became an agbero, so to say.
I think you
So
said
like,
that
yes, I know I am, So I never thought that it was going to happen. So it was from someone who was the least expected person. Yeah, when you date and then you think that you're the bad person in the relationship because you're, yes, and the other person constantly makes you like, this one is so outgoing, there's so many guys around you because of my job, what I do and everything. And then it turned out that you were the liar all along, and it's like, okay, this is crazy. So that's it.
But let's talk about a woman in the media, like you and I.
Yes, crazy.
So, I don't know if
That's a
this comes-
misconception. One, we have so many boyfriends. That's
Yes,
it.
everyone just thinks that.
Everyone thinks we're actually prostitutes to a large extent.
Yes, I think I was trying to run away from saying it.
No, that's what it is.
So how does it make you feel really? Have you ever had to lose a relationship because of the fact that you're in the media? Because I had.
No, I haven't. But the relationship that I was in and whatever happened, he told a friend of mine that he didn't know how to tell me that he was getting married to someone else. That I had so many guys around me. I'm the media. I'm very vocal. I'm very open.
It's supposed to be a good thing. All of those
Well,
attributes.
I think that when people say that they have a problem, he had the problem. I didn't have a problem. He had the problem. That's what I just thought.
So how do you handle cheating? How do you handle cheating? Please, I'm sorry. Listen, what is cheating first? When is cheating cheating?
When your mind has gone to someone else, It doesn't have to be until you have sex with a person.
Ain't we all cheat?
No, yeah, that's actually what it is. That's the truth, because the process of cheating doesn't just happen. You don't stumble. I don't think people, you make a decision to cheat, actually. You don't just cheat. You don't just, I like this guy. No way. I don't think people do that. Yes, everything that happens in life starts from the mind. So you're a girl, you see this fine guy, he has some qualities you like, you start talking to him for so long, you're talking to him, he's becoming very close, yes, and all of that. That's the process. I'm not doing anything now, but you're doing something. You started talking with the guy, and you know deep down that you really like this guy, even though you have a relationship. And at that point, when it grows, it's so easy to now have a physical relationship, contact, and all of that. And then that's when we now say, the person cheated. No, the person started cheating when he or she allowed her mind to stray so long. No, I'm not saying you shouldn't have friends. Of course, you have platonic friends. We have friends all along. But then there are always some persons you crush on, and then you develop that crush. And that becomes when you started cheating. So cheating is a mind game. It starts from the mind before even physically.
So would you leave a relationship because the guy cheated on you?
I don't know yet. I'm not sure. I don't know how I'm going to handle that. I haven't had that. The one I had was when we're done that I knew that he was cheating on me all along. I never knew, So right now I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Honestly, I can't tell.
But have you cheated on someone before?
Yeah, maybe when I was in university. Yes, I have. When I was in university, I was,
Okay, but you're all matured now. You wouldn't cheat.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
So what's your checklist in a man? I mean, you're looking forward to getting married, I guess. Maybe.
I mean, look at you looking forward. I'm looking forward to making more money. I better leave this marriage. I'm gonna get married, but I'm looking forward to making money, making more impact.
So when you do get married, when it's time, okay, what would you be looking out for in that man? Checklist
He just has to be my best friend.
Okay.
Surprisingly, I've actually grown past I used to really like fine boys when I was younger, but I've grown past that right now.
So you don't mind dating a very ugly person?
No, it doesn't have to be ugly. I have to look at him I want me to wake up at night and then I'm scared. No, but he has to look good, as in just look presentable. I don't care, as long as you give me peace. That's what it is.
Okay.
You're my best friend. You give me peace. You understand, you're emotionally intelligent, because I have seen
that's very
because I've seen I've had people around me.
What is emotional intelligence, please? How would you define it? What does it mean to you?
For me, I think it's understanding, being sensitive. I think basically that's where it starts from. Emotions is understanding this other person's emotions and when to use some things or when to say some things. I think, let me give you this example. I was talking to someone the other day, a friend of mine. That was like some months ago, and I said, you have a problem. I think it's going to work against you. So what's the problem? I said, the problem is you can't keep your mouth shut. People tell you things. Somehow you throw it back at them jokingly. That is not a joke. If I can tell you something, I expect you to shut your mouth. I expect you to don't use exactly. Even if I'm drinking beer with you and then I'm telling you things, you should be able to shut up sometimes now. And I said, that's not being emotionally intelligent, because when you do that, you've hurt the other person. So wow, I said, yes, go read up on emotional intelligence. So it's knowing when to use the right emotions, when to say the right things, when to communicate, at the right time. That's basically what it is.
So what's challenging about being a woman for you? What are you struggling with? What do you grapple with? What is it?
The society.
The society.
There's a lot of pressure for the woman to look a certain way. If you are on the chubby side like I am, there's a problem. They're like, everybody says, why are you fat? And I'm like, you're fat. Do you get? We're not all meant to be slim. We're not all meant to be lekpa or whatever it is they call it. So there's a pressure. There's the pressure from the society for you to look a certain way, for you to have gotten married, and for you to even behave a certain way. Why would you expect me to behave a certain way? That's why I always said, see, you're a woman, you shouldn't be saying some things. I said, hey! It killed me there. I mean, I'm like, what?
How are you supposed to say so?
I just respected the person's age, because it was like probably 5-7 years ahead of me. I just looked at him. I said, when you say that because you're a woman, so never bring it close to me. Go and tell somebody else. Don't tell me.
Okay.
Why would you say that because I'm a woman, I shouldn't express anger? society expects you not to get angry or
To
not to express your anger. Why? I am
You
angry.
don't even have to express some emotions.
What is the meaning of that? I'm angry and I want you to chance somebody. Allow me to do so, because you as a man, you would do that without a problem.
And even stretch your hands if you want.
I mean, so why would you limit me
Just like
to
a man
certain
can
emotions?
cheat as much as he wants.
And then it's not a problem.
It's not a problem.
Now, man, now you go do now, woman. Why did she do that? That's the crazy thing. That's the problem with the society. So there's a lot of pressure. Expect you to behave a certain way. They expect you to look a certain way. The same society that says, "Oh, you are too fat." Who told you I'm too fat? Are you my doctor to tell me that I'm obese? Are you my doctor that says, "Oh, you might actually have a health challenge if you get to a certain kg or something"? You're not my doctor. This same society will still laugh at women who decide to go have liposuction. So what are they saying? So you see, it's a double-edged sword from the society. You want me to look this way. When I say, "Okay, let me go and tuck my tummy," there's a problem. So it's a crazy
expectation.
It is, and that's why I say you have to be selfish first. Do what you want to do first, because if you keep catering to what the society wants, or what friends want, or what your family even wants, that's the problem. That's the problem, and you realize, I don't see them as enemies, but they are. I'm not saying enemies spiritually. I don't believe in that, but I mean like physically. They don't want to even pressure you to get married. You're going for a family function and you're afraid that
but they call that
so aunties would start saying, "Well,
that's why they want
no, keep your care to yourself. If you really care about me, you should call me to ask me, how are you, how's your career, what's the next step, you want to go to school abroad?" That's what they should do.
Ouch.
No, that's what they should do. Don't call me and tell me.
You care about your lineage, Which
kind of lineage? I believe that thing. Thank God for this day. We can always have IVF. We can have kids via sperm donation. It can happen. No, it's true. That's the beauty of being in the 21st century. Yes, that's it. So these things can happen.
Yes, you have quite a healthy self-esteem. I'm thinking, I've met some girls that are really timid. I don't know how we're going to talk some self-reliant into some of our girls. That's why I want to have that event, so you can have this interaction.
Yes, because I didn't just get here.
So maybe you can throw some of the points that you grew up with.
How did I even do it? I think I just became bold. Now this is it. After I grew up not really liking how I looked, because I was always bullied, In school, in primary school, this is where society starts. So in primary school, you look a certain way. I had bald head, and then I have a big head. That's natural. So you hear teachers tell you, "And this your big head. You don't even know anything." See your big head. Your sister is finer than you. They compare you. My sister and I went to the same primary school. It was exactly. That's what they did. Your sister knows your head is big. You don't know something. Look, you're not even fine. Your sister is fine. Those kind of things. So I grew up always feeling that I wasn't actually fine. And then all of that. It was even my mom to an extent that tried, to, in her own way, to keep telling me, "Oh, you're beautiful," and I have very fat legs. I remember at one time, I grew up in Lagos, so that time in Lagos, my brothers would look at me and laugh, and like, "What kind of fat leg is this one?" They were laughing at me. So I was always feeling bad, and I was always wearing long skirts and all of that. Really? I'm telling you, it was until I
flaunting it.
I never knew. My mom used to say, "Don't mind this, your brother, they don't know anything." She will now say, "Oh, in Akwa, Ibom and Calabar, in Cross River, that's how they like their women, round with fat legs. You are fine, don't worry." It was until I got to University of Calabar that I'm like, okay, so they really like fat legs here, because I wear short skirts, and the guys be like, "Ooh, nice legs." Even my girlfriends be like, "Oh, so you really have fine legs." I'm like, "Oh, these fat legs, they're back then in Lagos, I never thought was so." It started gradually, I may not be the conventional fine girl, but I started let me like myself first. I am fine. I've got killer curves. I've got fine legs and all of that. So you get, so I started appreciating the little things about myself. I love my nose. There are things that I may want to change, but it doesn't stop me from totally appreciating myself. And that was not a day's job, years and years. I think I even finally, you don't really become so confident. You still grow in it. Sometimes you feel like it calms down, but you just pick up yourself and say, "No, that's not who you are. This is who you are." And that's.
How do you deal with pain and
what kind of pain?
Maybe emotion.
The only pain I have is when I don't have money. So that's not that pain. I swear. That's not that pain.
How did you deal with that heartbreak though?
What happened? How did I even deal with it? I cried.
You
I broke my phone that day. I didn't know. I saw it on Facebook. No, it wasn't on purpose. I just saw it on Facebook. He was getting married, and then out of shock, my phone fell off my hand. That's
wow, he didn't even tell you.
No.
Jeez.
And what happened? I don't know. I can't remember. It was 2019? I mean, 2 years ago.
Is that why it hardened?
The good thing about me is that I easily forget bad things. I easily forget people. I don't know if it's good or bad. I think it's a good and bad thing. So I easily forgot him. I just easily forgot.
It didn't make so much impact on you guys.
No, I easily forget people. That's it. It's a bad thing.
So let's wrap up till another day.
Yes, please.
Your parting shots on being a woman.
Okay, I would say that every woman has to find her voice, has to define her path, and you just have to be you in the very crazy world that we live in. Yes, you want your family to be happy. Yes, you don't want to be labeled as a crazy person in society, but especially if you're a Christian woman, you now have to start looking for your purpose in God. I'm a Christian, so that also guides me, and basically live for yourself. That's it. Don't live for people. Live for yourself. And I think that should be it. Just live for yourself.